Welcome back viewers to Careers Bistro. My name is Wetumwini Shikage and I'll be leading you throughout this amazing show with different profiles, of course, that you'll be getting to know throughout the show. So as you do know, Careers Hub is out today, and if you grabbed your copy, you would have seen some of the amazing profiles that we might lend a hand on. So today we are visiting LifeLine, Childline, Namibia, and we'll be speaking to the director, that is Nicolette Bessinger, and she'll tell us a little bit about her job and about the organization. I hope you're as excited as I am to get to know a few more people, a few more profiles. Stay tuned. Welcome back viewers to the interview segment. As you can see, we are joined by the director of LifeLine, Childline, Namibia, and that is Mrs. Nicolette. She is going to tell us a little bit about herself and about her job. So, can you please introduce yourself to our viewers?
Good morning everyone, viewers out there. I'm Nicolette Bessinger and I'm the director here at LifeLine Childline.
Yes, thank you so much for having us once again. This is a beautiful welcoming office that you have here, and if you watched or if you grabbed your copy of the Namibian Sun or the Republican, you would have seen Mrs. Bessinger on the front page of Careers. So we'll get to know just a little bit about herself, and she'll share with us her background and how she started off her career.
Thank you everyone. I started here at LifeLine in 2018, but prior to LifeLine I worked with the Namibia Red Cross Foundation, where I worked and done a lot of work with the International Federation, with the ICRC. I lived in the Kavango region for many years. That is way back in the 90s with the internal conflicts in Angola. I did a lot of work regarding tracing and the landmine program that was established in the region then with the support with the International Federation. I then went on and I joined the Regional Psychosocial Support Initiative. It's a regional organization dealing with Southern and Eastern Africa, and I was the country director for them. And since I worked with REPSI, it's where I actually cemented a little bit more my work in psychosocial support, continuing here at LifeLine Childline.
Wow, that is quite a bio, guys. And I feel like we're speaking to a well-experienced person in the industry. So just to get to know a little bit about your job, what is it exactly that you do on a daily basis?
As a director and administrator of the organization, you start off with your general administration. There's a lot of communication that I need to handle with. We have different partners, international, that we work with, that I need to keep on communicating with them and be in contact with them. Then you have your staff complement. You've got a pool of managers here that I need to coordinate with. We have different departments. It's the counseling department, it's the gender department, it's the education department. So each one of them have got their own scope of work. I need to work with each one of them, check in with them daily, and with all the other general operations, finances of the organization.
Amazing. So speaking about your job and some of the things that you do, what can you say has been an achievement or an accomplishment for you thus far?
Working at LifeLine and finally to be recognized as a child protection agency, this is great for the organization. We really want to take it forward, and as expressed myself before, we are in the process now to finalize our standard operating procedures, and these are one of our several efforts that we have in our pipeline to secure funding for the organization to continue delivering our services.
Awesome. And also the downside of things, what are some of the challenges that you might face as an organization?
We are totally dependent on funding, on donor funding. So we have to constantly submit proposals, work with partners. Resource mobilization is our daily work here. So to secure the funding, unfortunately, we cannot secure long-term contracts with staff, and that's not always very attractive to maintain staff. That's a bit of a challenge, but other than that, I think we've done pretty much good here.
So speaking about jobs and work and all of that stuff, if you get some time off, what are some of the things that you enjoy doing? I read in your article that you love decorating cakes.
Yes, yeah, I grew up, my father was a baker for 50 plus years before he passed on. So that is what I grew up with, that's what I knew, that's why I got the love and the passion for it. So that's one of the things I really still, if I get time to do it, it's a lot less than before what I used to do, but I still do make time for it because I like to do it. And just give me a series and I'll be hooked on it until we get to the end. So I love that. And then spending time with my family and my friends, and my husband is my best friend, so we have a lot of good times together.
I love that. So moving on to the end of the interview, sadly we'll come to the end shortly, but are there any motivational words that you'd like to share with our youth or viewers that are watching with us today?
I would encourage our youth to also volunteer. It's so important. It's so important that we need to spend time caring for our loved ones in our communities. And by doing that, it really builds on your character, it builds on your personality also, and just that caring part. It's so fulfilling to work with others. We need to do a lot more advocacy and speak to our peers around counseling, understanding why it's important and needed to have conversations. So I encourage people to advocate mental health and that we need to talk about it. And LifeLine is always there. It's a helpline, it's toll-free. You can call in. It's not always easy to talk to someone about your issues, but I think this telephonic conversation opens up the opportunities for you and the doors to have a conversation. So I really encourage everyone to please take time for yourself also.
Definitely, that is so amazing for our community and for our youth. But I hope that you as listeners and viewers have grabbed something from this interview and would like to engage with LifeLine as well. So stay tuned for the career motivation.
I'm Mr. Matengu, the principal of Khomasdal Primary School. I've been here since 1997. So what keeps me going each and every day is to believe in myself and believe in others. I believe in sharing what I have. And the other thing that keeps me going, that I must also know that I'm not myself alone. I was created. So meaning that I have to believe in God Himself. What keeps me going, that the prayer keeps you going in anyone's life. So what I would urge the young ones, that please never give up on yourself. Believe in yourself in whatsoever that you're doing. Despite what you're going through, whatsoever circumstances or problems that you're facing in life, make sure that you believe in yourself. And in the end, I promise you that you're going to make it. There's no one who's perfect in life. Everyone of us, we are here to come and learn or do things. By learning, gradually you make it in the end. I think basically that's what it's all about. This is who I am.
Hi, good morning there. My name is Levi Nanyeni, the new Botanical Garden curator. That means I'm in charge in the management of the Botanical Garden, and it's about now a year that I'm in position. So the Botanical Garden hosts or is sitting on a piece of land in the city of Windhoek, which is about 12 hectares. It's quite a little bit big. I like this, the only green space in the city of Windhoek, and it's open for the public. Unfortunately, it's not open on Saturday and Sunday. However, the management and we're working on that so that it's open during the weekend, that the public can use it at that time. We are focusing, or I mainly focusing on 3 pillars, if you like. The number 1 is conservation. Number 2, education, and the 3rd, recreation. So on the first one, conservation, the Botanic Garden, as the name says, botanic, we look at the rare endangered species wherever they are. So many times we go out and rescue those plants and bring them here. Or if our herbarium go out and find some rare species and they think they are endangered, then they bring them here, we plant them here, first of all in the desert house or in the nursery, and later on we bring them in the garden, so that anything happen out there, we still have the species, we don't lose it completely. And then we have another component, that's education. The Botanic Garden, all the species, not all, but most of them, they are labeled. So that means the students, professional experts on the different groups, they can come here, they can get information on plants, and they can develop what research they would like to do, especially the 2 institutions that we have in Namibia, the NAST and UNAM. The students, they come here, they walk around and they get information because they all labeled nicely. And on top of that, we also offer school groups, you know, a tour in the garden, and explain to them what the importance of our indigenous plant. Then we have the last one that I said, the recreations. As I said in the beginning, that this is almost the only green space in the city of Windhoek. The garden is open for the public. That means if people want to go out there closer to the nature, peaceful or safe, this is a place they want to come. And we have a picnic area in there. They can, unfortunately, we can't allow people to make fire because of the danger of such nature. People come with their already prepared food. They can sit at the picnic and enjoy. People who love birds, they are also welcome to come here. There's lots of birds, wildlife, but all in all, it's a place that you just want to come and relax. Other time I've found a guy that has been coming here all along, but he just come here and meditate and read his book sometimes and his Bible. Due to the critical situation we are in now, and considering that this Botanic Garden it's a government institution, or it's governed by the government, and we know the status of the government at the moment, so we're trying to work out a way that probably we generate a little bit of money that can support us on different cases. If you say, for instance, if you have best pipes in the garden, then you've got a little bit of money to fix that without a delay. However, we also have challenges as anywhere else. First of all, we lack manpowers, as my 2 previous employees, 2 of them, one retire, one get promoted, so I have quite a limited number of the manpower in the garden. And secondly, we've got also, as anywhere else, human wildlife conflict. The dassy, sometimes when you put very interesting plants out there in the garden, the dassy run, especially in the dry season when almost everything is brown, so you can't put anything green there. It will be there. They will have a party on it, and then you lose it. Then the last one is finance. So, well, we're in trouble with that. Since we're not generating our own money here, we're depending entirely on the government coffer. So that just dragging us a little bit behind. We can't do what we want to do. But however, we we're trying to do with what we have. And I'm quite positive that things are going to work out quite well. So during the week, the garden is open from 8 to 5. And as I said, if anybody wants to come after work, a group of them, they want to do a picnic, they want to have a sunset in the garden, I'm quite happy not to remain and open for them in and close again after all. So yes, so as I said, or to conclude, I'm happy to do a certain arrangement with a group if they want to make a use of the Botanic Garden. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, welcome to another exciting edition.
I hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as I did, but as from us today from Careers Bistro, we'd like to say thank you so much for staying tuned, listening to the interviews, listening to the profiles, and getting to know some of them that were featured this week. Please stay tuned for another episode next week.